With everybody, this is Michael Liberis with Yakov Spektor, an immigration attorney who is a participating attorney in jurisq.com, a legal network where we answer your FAQs, frequently asked questions on law. Today, we're with us again. Yakov, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Yakov, we talked with you last time about a very important and useful tool in the arsenal of immigration attorneys called VAWA, Violence Against Women Act, which gives protection to women who get abused in a relationship. They can still qualify to get green card, even if their husbands try to withhold it from them. And of course, a very interesting question came up. The name of the act is Violence Against Women Act. Does it also apply to men if a man is in an abusive relationship? So let's talk about that. Yakov, give us the short answer and give us the long answer.
Well, the short answer, and this is for all the men who are listening right now, is that yes, it does apply to you. Okay, now if you think that, okay, that's it, and you could just disconnect from this video, I suggest that you listen on, because unfortunately, this is one of the weak points of when it comes to us men. We don't read the instructions. We don't listen to the instructions.
Right.
We're not good at that, and especially when it comes to this kind of relief. When let's say you're in an abusive relationship, Violence Against Women Act might be the solution for you, and you simply might not know about it. Okay, and so this is something that I want all men to realize, that if your wife is abusive, and that happens more often than we think. If she makes your life miserable, if she throws objects at you, if she sometimes pushes you against the wall, if she scratches you, that's abuse. Okay, it doesn't just mean that, oh, you know what, my wife is a little hot-tempered. She might be, but what she's doing to you is abuse. Okay,
so you shouldn't be shy. You shouldn't think it's not a masculine thing to do to go to an attorney and explain, this is what's happening to me.
Yes, absolutely.
Open up, and you really have to go to an attorney and think of an attorney as your doctor, as your immigration doctor. You have to tell the attorney everything, right, Yakov?
Michael, that's absolutely right. Not only that, you could think of us as priests, and I'll tell you why. Anything that you tell us is not something that we can disclose. Okay, so we will not go tell your friends. We will not go tell your government. As a matter of fact, we are not supposed to. Okay, even if they come asking, we would not tell them, and that would be proper under the law. Okay, so you could definitely talk to us, but you will run what a lot of men that I consult about this issue. What they tell me initially, say, oh no, yeah, everything is fine. No, yeah, we have our fights just like anybody else, and they don't even realize that they're being abused. And then I tell them, hey, you know what? Take some time and think about these things. Have you ever? Has she ever scratched you? Has she ever pushed you? Has she ever thrown objects at you? And so this is something that you guys might want to think about if you're thinking back to your relationship. You know what? If that happened, it might qualify as abuse. And of course, one thing about Violence Against Women Act is that it's applicable equally well to men. If you are married to a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident, and your wife is a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident, and you're in this kind of a relationship when you think that you might be a victim of domestic violence, there might be physical abuse, there might be emotional abuse.
Yeah, Yakov, that's a very important point, because people think about abuse being physical, where there's fights, like you said, scratches. What could constitute abuse if it's emotional or psychological? Can you give us some examples?
Well, so emotional abuse when it comes to men is a little bit tricky, okay? Because sometimes I get these men who call me and they say, hey, you know what? My wife doesn't love me. I'm devastated. That's abuse, right? It's not, unfortunately. Okay, look,
that's weak, life, very weak.
Yes, life may not be easy. Okay, or they say, hey, you know what? We just fight all the time. Hey, remember what I said about scratches, about any sort of physical abuse that could qualify, but right. Just being in a in a relationship that doesn't go very well, unfortunately, is not considered emotional abuse. For men, emotional abuse is very hard to define. It's definitely something that you want to talk to me about. If you see that there is a pattern of really nasty things that your wife might be doing to you, emotional torture, like she brings men, if she cheats on you, that's not necessarily abuse. But if she does that in front of you with an intent to cause you psychological distress, hey, maybe. Okay, so it's really tricky when it comes to just emotional abuse. Definitely something you want to talk to me about.
What about where the wife that has the citizenship is extorting her husband by saying, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, I'm not going to go with you to the green card interview at immigration services. I'm going to withhold the green card from you. Could that qualify for abuse, this kind of extortion?
You know, just by itself, probably not. It does. It is abusive. It is one of the elements of the abuse. But don't forget that if your wife tells you, "Hey, you know what? I'm not going to go to the interview with you unless you pay me a certain amount of money,"
right?
Or she is like she's blackmailing you for any reason. Don't forget that, hey, you know what? This is something that you could walk away from, right? I mean, is she going to stop, right? Just because the relationship is not going well does not entitle you to a green card. Okay, so if she's just saying, hey, you know what? I'm not going to go to the interview with you, and you say, okay, so don't go to the interview with me. You will not get your status. But if the relationship just breaks down, hey, that's life. But if she keeps extorting you, if she keeps hitting you, if she keeps throwing scenes at restaurants, which happens more often than you would think.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
You might want to talk to me about it. There might be if her actions would constitute abuse. Okay.
So basically, the devil is in the details. It's very important to talk to an attorney who does this for a living, that focuses on these types of cases, that has seen how immigration reacts to these examples of abuse. So you know what to expect.
Absolutely.
Yakov, final question I have for you to clarify further Violence Against Women Act. We know it applies now to women, it applies to men. Does it apply to same-sex couples?
It does. And we handled a number of cases when actually with quite a lot of physical abuse, when an abused spouse had to go to the hospital, when it would be a same-sex marriage, this is what happens when when the large guy is being physically abusive. It doesn't matter if on the other end of it is a man or a woman, there's going to be some injuries. Of course, just as any same-sex couple can apply for a green card when everything is going well, any same-sex couple, potentially, if things are not going well and the situation turns abusive, the immigrant spouse could try and apply for the green card by himself.
Very good. It's good to know that this act applies equally to all men, women, to same-sex couples. And of course, here, Yakov Spektor gave you very general information. If you want specifics about your case, as we said earlier, it is very important to open up to your attorney and tell him or her everything so that Yakov Spektor can make a determination whether this act applies to you. And if not, maybe there are other mechanisms how you can get your green card. It's very important to discuss it all. The phone number of Yakov Spektor is on the bottom of the screen. Please call Yakov for your consultation and you'll get the right information. Follow us for more sessions on immigration law, on other types of law, juristute.com, our Facebook, our YouTube, Instagram, and you're going to keep informed. You're going to keep being informed on the latest developments of the law. Yakov, thank you. Everybody, thank you so much for your attention, for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.